Greetings. Quite an interesting day. Just seen actually before I tell you what I've seen, a little bit of background from personal experience. I've read novels by Thomas Hardy. I've read a few by Dickens. Music. I know the sound of Tchaikovsky. I know the sound of Beethoven and Wagner and Bruckner. And you'll find with all these creations, once you sort of get to know the writer, you start recognising that writing style. Now, what I saw just before making this video, quite interesting. NASA, in their infinite wisdom, have announced that the threat of a meteor is all the more probable. Wow. Did that generate some comments? Every possible speculation of Nibiru. What else we got? Aliens. The Second Coming. What else have we got? Ooh, Jesus is going to come and save us. It's amazing, that one story, and it's like an appetizer, and all the chefs come out to bake a lovely souffle of fear. Religions are very good at fear as well. Again, looking up, waiting for something. If not, and if you don't believe in it, you're going down there. Funny that. It's almost like the same writers again. Let's bring a third player into this, shall we? It's already happening in China, and I believe one European man has found it to his cost. Smart technology. I mean, how smart is it? How smart are you? You've seen something that the government are proposing to do, so you innocently look at a website because you want to check it out, you want to verify it. And you look at the information. You may not even comment or share it or discuss it with anyone, but you've looked at this particular website that is criticising the government. The next day, you want to get on a bus to go to work. Bleep. Sorry, you can't get on the bus. It won't accept your credit, your smart credit, because you're using your phone to purchase this bus ticket. Can't get a taxi. You can't get to work. You're locked out of your car. So you come back home. Now, assuming you can get into the building and you can get in through the front door, you think, oh, I'll sort this out, I'll make a phone call. You decide to get maybe a drink out of the fridge. Oh dear, the fridge won't let you in. Been locked out of that. Potentially, you could even be locked out of oxygen. Just a little scenario I'm painting here. This is not fear porn if you're listening to this all the way through. I mean, cast your mind back to 1980s, early 80s, I think it was, with the sci-fi films. I think it was Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Pretty much a very similar scenario. Credit system, automated taxis. You could call them Alexis, I suppose. All your appliances around the home that you don't actually have any control over now. You see, you've now got an all-seeing artificial intelligence God. Something that has no compassion, something you can't appeal to, that can lock you out. There is no need for a judicial system. there is no need for a custodial system. So all these people working in the courts are out of a job, all these people working in prisons are out of a job, because you don't need to be guarded any longer, because you're in a virtual prison. You can't do anything. Anybody talks to you, that's going to be seen. They will have their credit capped, or they will be in the same position and they will be locked out. They will be outcast from society. But how are you going to get out? Because you can't travel anywhere. You're going to have to walk. You're not going to be able to buy food. Probably find that even the water, if you still drink tap water, you might find that you can't even access that. Now what are you going to do? That is the reality of what potentially can come with 5G. Never mind the radiation. Yeah, they could radiate a lot of people, but they clearly need a certain number for some reason that they haven't got the technology to do. They still need some sort of human input. So what are you going to do? Are you going to allow that to happen? Still, it's not all bad news, because there is a way out of this. And like I said in, I think it was the previous video, Occam's razor does not just apply to this physical realm on theories, conspiracy theories or whatever. You are exactly like everything else. You are an energy field. It's a magnetic energy. It comes from the heart. It radiates out. Your own torus field, your aura. Bear in mind, you should have 360 fully functional senses that are starting to be reactivated slowly, which is going to address this problem. Because if we are energy and magnetics, might be able to override these electrics just by thought. If everything is controlled by electronics, plasma guns, guided missiles, it ain't going to work, is it? So, what I'm saying is, recognise what the truth-seeking side is showing you, but also look within. Look at the spiritual side. That is where you will find the answers within you. If you recognise and understand yourself as an energy being, and you stay in that mindset, you use your right side brain, not the left side brain. Sorry, that's probably looks the wrong way round, because I'm working on a video and it's reversed everything. See, everything gets reversed, even these scrying mirrors. But it's amazing as well how everybody has been looking up for either a deity or an extraterrestrial or a meteor or whatever else it happens to be, and no one's recognising the crisscrosses in the sky. Seems to be that it's only people on this truth-seeking side and the spiritual side are seeing this. Maybe our vision is already different. You tell me. You know what experiences you're getting. There is a pattern to this as well, I'm seeing as well. It's fantastic because, like I say, this is not meant to be, this is not spreading fear porn at all. This is just making you aware and showing you also that there is a way out of this, which you can do. You can all do yourself. I mean, there's a sort of cliche saying, if you want something done, get off your arse and do it yourself. Well, it's multi-dimensional in the meaning even of that. It's not just a physical body. You've got to go do the work yourself. The journey is a journey of discovery of oneself, of going within to the soul, unlocking what is already within inside you. Give you another little indicators of this. You might be drawn to something. Maybe it's ancient Egypt, Atlantis perhaps, I don't know, Tudor England, anything, you name it. Aztecs, Mayans, North American tribes, Far Eastern traditions. You may have a particular liking for one of those. That's your heart brain, your memory of a previous life. It's giving you a little indicator of what you've done before. People are always asking, who was I in a previous life? What was I in a previous life? Well, you've got the answers yourself. It's what you're most drawn to. See, it's Occam's razor. It's really simple. I don't mean that to sound condescending, but sometimes none of us can see the woods for the trees, you know. Just got to stand back and look at the bigger picture. It is quite literally like with a television set. If you stand too close, all you're going to see is the individual pixels. If you stand back, you see the bigger picture. It's really that simple. The dark side do tell you the truth. They always have and they always will. And on that basis, they are obviously having to honour something and adhere to something. It works in the same way as pirates when they pass the black spot, sort of basically alerting the enemy that they're going to murder them, shoot them probably, or stab them. Going by all these pirate stories we get of the days of Long John Silver. Let's face it, the world is run by pirates. British Admiralty Law, BAL, is one example. And I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so again, same script writers with all this. But yeah, it's not all doom and gloom, is it? Because the potential is in each and every one of you. You just have to be open enough to go through a process of unlearning and starting again. All people like myself can do is give you pointers, but we can't do the work for you. And it wouldn't be right for us to say, this is right, this is wrong. All we can do is say, well, from my experience, this is what I've found. Because as I've said before, and you'll find this, you always have the choice. This is why I do not bother with people who are totally asleep, because there is no point. I'm not going to waste my energy. I'm not going to waste my current C. I want to spend my time wisely helping those that are already on the path at various levels and say, well, the reason this has happened, you can see this and this has happened, but I can add in a bit more of the picture and how this connects with something else. That's all I can do. But again, you'd need to look at these things yourself. Don't go digging deep, just enough to get the overall framework of the mechanism, and then it becomes so much easier to see what is going on. Thank you.